Good evening, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. I think I was telling you guys in yesterday's vlog that I would not have a grocery haul for you guys today because me and my mom needed to kind of finalize and go over the menu plan for 4th of July. It also makes it a little bit closer to 4th of July as well on Thursday, which we are hosting a party for. So we have got to, figure out the meal plan for that and everything. But because of, not having that finished yesterday, and I hadn't finished with my grocery list either because, again, doing all of the other things during the week this week, I've just been slightly a little bit kind of off my schedule, I guess, and getting the things done on a normal or consistent basis. But okay, today for example though, I washed a ton of laundry because we washed all of our rugs and all of our blankets from the living room, and I had stuff that needed to be washed, and we washed the dog's blankets and her bedding type stuff, all of that. So it was just a lot of things to a lot of laundry to get done. So today I was really consistent with doing a lot of laundry, whereas on the weekends a lot of times I don't normally do that. I get some laundry done during the week, but I just did a ton today, which is normal for me on the weekends. And so but again, because I was cleaning the refrigerator, deep cleaning it yesterday, and then deep cleaning the stove and kind of the kitchen sort of too yesterday and Thursday, and just so I didn't have a lot of time to really finish my grocery list. And I was like, oh, Jewel doesn't have that much going on, which they honestly don't really have all that much going on. And it's funny, most of the stuff we need for 4th of July we're probably going to end up getting from Aldi. But it's also weird though too, because 4th of July is on Thursday, so the new sales will start for this week. So Meijer sales start tomorrow, and they should still have 4th of July sales because it's not until the end of the week, but their sales start on Sunday. And then for Jewel and Aldi, whose sales start on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, their sales start on Wednesday. So they might not actually have that much going on because it would only be a 2-day kind of sale right before the 4th of July. So I noticed that too anyway. Most of the stuff that they did have sales and stuff like that on was a lot more of the, 4th of July kind of sales were this week. So, anyways, a lot of this stuff that, I was saying, we are probably gonna end up getting from Aldi, and then me and my mom might have to make a run to Walmart later in the week as well. But I told you guys too how, my mom started a new job last week, and that was right after the family reunion. So Saturday of last week we had the family reunion a week ago today. Then my mom starts a new job, and she worked all week last week and this past week, and then we're hosting 4th of July on Thursday, which she has off for, and thankfully Wednesdays are her day off anyway, her normal scheduled days off. So she works a half day on Tuesday. Her schedules are only for half days anyway. So on Tuesday she'll be home early and then be off until after 4th of July. She goes back on Friday, and on Friday she works evenings, so she has a very extended amount of time from when she finishes work on Tuesday until when she starts work again on Friday. So she has a lot of time in there, but still it's just a new thing to the schedule that everybody's learning to adjust to, even her, and then everybody else too in the house, and figuring out when are we going to be doing things and that. Then on top of that, preparing for hosting a party here, and then I said, it was on the heels of hosting the family reunion last Saturday. So it's just been a lot, and I said, figuring everything out. So that's why too, it took us a little while to figure out today, or go over the meal plan, because she was working on Friday up until 6 o'clock or something like that. So Friday night we didn't have enough time to be able to go over the list really a whole ton before Saturday, before we went to the grocery store. And like I said, because I've been doing a whole bunch of cleaning stuff for that as well, I didn't end up getting the my list that I normally have even done for Jewel or for Aldi for our regular grocery stuff. I didn't have any of that stuff done either. And then preparing for the 4th of July also. So like I said, then we'll also have to figure out when going to probably Walmart and also probably Meijer too on Wednesday and try and keep some of that stuff. Actually should stay somewhat the same, but like going on Wednesday might be a huge pain. So we could maybe try on Tuesday actually to go if we can get everything kind of done and stuff like that, because Jack and my dad still have football camp on Monday and Tuesday, but they don't on Wednesday. So it might make more sense if we had more time on Wednesday, like during the day and stuff like that, to get stuff done, but maybe on Tuesday go to the store. And also too, because it won't be the day before 4th of July. So like I'm hoping that maybe the stores won't be as busy. And my mom does have something that is going on though on Wednesday morning, so we can't go like first thing in the morning and try and hopefully beat the crowd. So yeah, it's just, you know, like I said, we're all adjusting and figuring things out, and then throw on, you know, throwing a party and on the heels of another party. And like I said, it's a little, you know, like we got to figure everything out. So thankfully though, it's pretty much figured out. We got all that stuff done. We did a bunch of work today and sort of yard work. We actually got new curtains for our backyard, like curtain cabana kind of on our deck. We have curtains hanging up, and we had these brown ones which were really nice because they were very dark, so we could use like our projector in there and stuff like that. But I've noticed we haven't really used it during the day anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So we decided, because the brown ones that we've had them for like 3 years now, and they're kind of sun bleached a little bit. And so we decided we were gonna go with like this other one that was like a light, like whitish gray color. It's very, very light, and it makes like it, I don't know, it ties in the colors better too that are on the deck anyway, like more of a neutral color than like the brown just felt kind of sort of out of place. But having these new ones out there, like I said, we decided we were going to go with that too, and also for the party so that we don't have the ugly old, you know, sun-stained ones and stuff like that. But we ended up putting those up today. Then also too, my mom got a while ago, which we just hadn't put together yet, a hammock also. So we ended up getting the hammock put together today as well, which was really cool, because I was like, my friend when I was little, she used to have a hammock. They had 2 big pine trees, and they had the hammock in between the 2 pine trees, and I loved it. It was like my favorite thing ever. The only thing is that she also had a pool in her backyard, so we used to go swimming all the time. And a lot of times we go swimming, and then like we get out of the pool for a while and we go and hang out in the hammock, and the only problem was we'd always run through there barefoot, and like all the pine needles, oh my gosh guys, the amount of times I had to pull pine needles out of my feet is like ridiculous. It was like, I can't imagine now as an adult. I was like, that was like so painful like when I was little, and nothing like bothered me when I was little like that, and now I'm like, that would probably have just like, I wouldn't be able to do that now. Like I used to, like especially in her yard too, we used to run around barefoot all the time. I was like, now I like can barely go in the front yard without shoes on. You know, like I need to have my feet protected. I'm not a barefoot runner anymore like I was when I was little like that. But I just remember her hammock, we used to like swing in it all the time. Like I loved her hammock, and so the fact that we have one now, even though it's not, because we have no trees on our property other than the little one that's on the parkway, we have no other trees, we can't hang a hammock anywhere, so it's one of those that, you know, just has the whole thing actually to it. It's not just the actual hammock part. So anyways though, got that put together. Like I said, we got a whole bunch of other inside stuff done. We got all the decorating stuff put up, but then on top of that, you know, Jack and my dad had a party to go to that was hosted by the football coach. It was like, he did it last year too. It's like both his kids' birthday, so I think, are like around, you know, summertime. So I think they throw the birthday together and they do it as like a summer party kind of thing as well. Because like the other football coaches, I think a lot of them got invited as well. Like Jack was saying, I think there was 1 or 2 other ones that were there. You know, like they just kind of throw it as like a summer party, like for their birthday. So they ended up going to that. But again too, that was like, we were like going and getting stuff done, and then they were like, we gotta leave for the party. So then we kind of like, me and my mom didn't have a whole lot of other stuff that we could get done, because a lot of it was like things that like I need Jack and or my dad to also help with, but like, or things that I wasn't planning on doing for today, because it was actually kind of hot out. Tomorrow and Monday are supposed to be much cooler days, so I wanted to do a lot of the outside stuff that still needs to be done. Like we need some yard, like the garden beds weeded and like that kind of stuff. So because of that though, I wasn't planning on doing anything outside, which I could kind of do myself, but because it was so hot and the humidity is like what's really bad today too. It wasn't insanely hot, but it was just really bad humidity. It's kind of sounding like how it's going to be on the 4th of July. It's not supposed to be super hot, like only like high 70s maybe, but it's supposed to be really humid out. So and there's a good chance of rain also. So I don't know when or at what time, but I think it's still only like 40% chance. So as long as it's not like, I mean, either I would do like, it'd be okay if it was like, oh, just like little sprinkles or something like that, or like a downpour and then stops and like none for the rest of the day. That would be nice too, but I don't really know what the weather is entirely looking like for the 4th of July. So hopefully it's not like a raining all day kind of thing, but it doesn't look like it might be. And hopefully too, when it's like this early in the week, a lot of times, like sometimes it's like, oh, it's actually like, whereas it might have been like Wednesday it's gonna rain into like Thursday, it might be like Thursday night or something like that, where it's gonna rain into like, you know, Friday or whatever. So sometimes it's kind of a little bit delayed, or you know, something like that. So whenever I see the weather report, I'm like, expect that like it could potentially be the next day that we're actually gonna get the weather that it's predicting for like a whole week almost in advance, which it's not now, it's like 5 days or something. But you know, so like I said, I'm, you know, optimistic that it won't rain, but it looks like we might have a chance. And again too, though, the weather, the temperature is supposed to be pretty nice, which is really good because we've already dealt with 90-degree temperature. Like last Saturday it was so hot, and then Sunday, like, you know, again to family reunions, like 90 degrees or whatever, almost 100, and then Sunday it was like super cool, like I don't even remember, it was like 70s or something like that. Like that would have been much nicer the day before. But like I said, hopefully 4th of July will be pretty decent weather, but we have the plan for everything. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog though with that haul. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.